reviews from customers across the CSRA. Call us today. All Weather Heating and Cooling. From the station that's on your side, this is News 12 at 6 o'clock.
The best amateur women golfers from all over the world are here in Evans. Next, we hear their final thoughts before day one of the tournament begins.
But first up, crime tape marking the scene of a shooting where a 13-year-old died as he picked up DoorDash delivery outside of his apartment building right there on Broad Street. Richmond County deputies rushing to that scene around 3 in the morning at the Richmond Summit Apartments.
They found Buddy Brown dead with a gunshot wound, only 13 years old. Our Hallie Turner's been looking into this case today. And Hallie, this is not the first issue at this apartment complex right there in the heart of downtown.
Well, we've reported on Richmond Summit several times. Neighbors have shared serious concerns about crime, safety, drugs, and other troubling living conditions. And this morning, danger turned deadly. In the last 6 months, we found deputies have responded to 92 incidents at the Richmond Summit apartment complex. This includes calls to 911 where they dispatched an officer, a well-being check, and follow-ups. A couple of years back, Richmond County wanted to track how often they were dealing with gun violence, so they started tracking the cases. Deputies document every gun they come in contact with used in a crime, even if it's a legally owned weapon. In 2018, they recovered 340 guns used in a crime. In 2019, they recovered 358. In 2020, it was 446. And in 2021, it was 331 guns. Some of these guns are legally purchased, but many are stolen, gang-related, or missing serial numbers. But the list of guns keeps growing. In 2022, they recovered 384. And within the first 3 months of 2023, they have recovered 39 guns, which does not include the weapon used to kill 13-year-old Buddy Brown. We've reached out to the sheriff's office to talk more about their plans for curbing gun violence and what happened in this case.
Certainly a tragedy in the heart of downtown Augusta. Hallie, thank you. Much more news ahead, but let's check in right now with former chief meteorologist Riley Hale.
Well, we're finally drying out today, and stick around. That full forecast in just about 10 minutes.
All right, Riley, thank you. In less than 24 hours, the Augusta National Women's Amateur begins a Champions Retreat out in Evans. This huge event also boosts businesses in Columbia County.
Nick Beelan live there with how local businesses are gearing up for a very busy couple of weeks. Nick?
Yeah, Richard. Well, we're 3 miles away from Champions Retreat, where the Augusta National Women's Amateur had their practice rounds today. And with this area being so close to all of the action, businesses here are saying that this is day one of extra business coming to town from patrons coming in for golf.
From your morning caffeine fix to a cocktail to end the day, businesses are gearing up for golf patrons from around the world to come to the Garden City.
We love it. It's our busiest 2 weeks of the year.
For local businesses like the Ironwood Tavern and Wrdw Coffee House in Columbia County, patrons start walking in their doors today.
Our Masters Week kind of already starts today with the women's tournament going on, the practice rounds and everything. So we kind of already prepped for it pretty early compared to a lot of other businesses because it's going to start getting pretty crazy today.
Visitors are seen as an opportunity to show what local places unique to our area have to offer.
We love for our name to get out, and we love for new customers who have never tried us before.
Patrons may be filling up on sandwiches on the course, but they're still hungry to support local off the course.
I think we'll see a slight uptick like we did last year.
It's definitely an uptick in people for sure.
For the women's amateur, it's more than just patrons who stop by the Ironwood Tavern.
Some of the women will come up here if they have time after their rounds and everything, and we definitely get the caddies while they're on their breaks as well. So it gets crazy in here.
From here, it's non-stop work until someone is wearing this year's green jacket on Masters Sunday.
It gets busier and busier each day that goes on.
Yeah, when I was here earlier too, I got to see the extra business coming to town with NBC Sports getting lunch at the Ironwood Tavern. And that's what Laura says, is that with all this extra excitement, you don't know who's coming through the door to get them some food and some drinks and then send them back to where they're going.
True, you never know who you'll run into as the golfers come to Augusta. Nick, thanks very much from Columbia County. Coming off the heels of an historic year, the Augusta National Women's Amateur is set to begin tomorrow. An international field, 72 women amateurs competing over 54 holes.
Last year in Davis was crowned crowned the champion. In the tournament's short history, no one has ever won twice, let alone back-to-back years. Sports Director Dan Booth is at Champions Retreat in Evans with players' final word.
The best amateur women's golfers from all over the world are right here at Champions Retreat, getting ready for the 4th edition of the Augusta National Women's Amateur. While some are looking to make a name for themselves on the national stage, others have their minds fixed on continuing their already impressive legacies. Reigning champion Anna Davis is back on the course with an opportunity to become the first person to repeat as champion of this prestigious event. Davis is coming off a wire-to-wire win over at Sage Valley a couple of weeks ago.
But I feel like earlier in the week I was putting more pressure on myself. But I don't know, once you're here, you're just like, okay, I'm just gonna enjoy myself. You know, it's a pretty golf course, playing good golf with good people. So, you know, just enjoy the experience. And I'm trying to keep the same mindset, you know, keep the same atmosphere it was last year.
Davis's first round tee time is scheduled for 9:21 tomorrow morning. It's important to note that Davis isn't the only former champion in the field this year. Right before Davis tees off, 2021 champion Subasa Kajitani will be getting her first round underway in Group 13. With the first round taking place tomorrow, the second round will be on Thursday, followed by the practice round at Augusta National on Friday, and if the players make the cut, they'll be in the final round on Saturday. Reporting from Champions Retreat, Dan Booth on your side.
Great to have them back in town, Dan. Thanks a lot. Practice rounds are over now. Shots start counting tomorrow for the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Jenny Bay representing UGA. She's going to tee it up at 8:12 in the morning. Just after 8:20 is Spartanburg's Anna Morgan getting her first round going at Champions Retreat. And then the defending champion we just saw there, Anna Davis, teeing off just after 9:20. Jensen Castle from West Columbia tees off just after 9:30 tomorrow. She didn't have to travel very far. To get a better look at that field and tee times, head over to our website.
Let the hunt begin. Next at 6, we head to Finney Park to see why they're hunting for eggs.
And we are going to finally dry out over the next couple of days, but keep an eye on our next chance for rain heading our way this weekend. We'll have an update on the forecast just after the break. Week before, unfortunately, it does look to ramp up again kind of later into next week. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Temperatures cooler than average on Wednesday, warming more seasonal by Thursday afternoon. And then we do have to keep a close eye on those storm risks heading our way Saturday.
Riley, thanks a lot. It is egg hunting season. We're talking about these big pink, purple, and yellow ones. The blue one, too.
Yeah, today, Finney Swamp held an alligator egg hunt. Such a fun event if you've never been out there for kids leading up to Easter, but there's so many egg hunts happening this weekend instead of the actual holiday. We know it's Masters Week this year that Easter falls. Our Will Volk stopped by, and organizers told him this is the biggest alligator egg hunt they've had yet.
Allie, the alligator has laid more than 1,000 eggs, and now it's up to these kids to find them.
We are practicing the catch and release program. They're going to go get all my alligator eggs, bring them back to me, and then of course we give them a bonus bag full of treats for doing that.
Allie says a record number of kids are here for the egg hunt.
We started off where it was just 60 toddlers, and it's grown into where we do 100 toddlers in the morning, and there's 100 toddlers in the afternoon.
And here they go.
We love it. We love coming here.
Meg likes bringing the kids to events like this.
We love supporting this place, and the kids look forward to it. My older son did it for years, and now she looks forward to it every year.
You can see the kids are moving quickly, trying to pick up as many eggs as possible. But to tell you the truth, these are not real alligator eggs.
Right? No. In fact, we encourage people not to mess with any real alligator eggs.
But even if the eggs aren't real, the egg hunt is. And these kids and their families are enjoying it. In Augusta, Will Volk on your side.
Those kids are going after it. You can tell they were into it, right?
Yeah, and I'm glad that Will clarified that those aren't alligator eggs.
Not the real thing.
So, we were
By the way, Kim Dillard with the Tennessee Center is the human inside the alligator costume.
Yeah, and she says they have another toddler-themed event coming up in 2 weeks. It's Puddle Duck, such a great program, really well organized. You know, I appreciate a very well-run program, and they know what they're doing out at Finney.
Yeah, Finney's got it together.
Yeah. Okay, more Easter egg hunts all weekend long this Saturday. Columbia County has their Easter egg scramble. That starts at 10 in the morning. The Aiken Egg Fun and Burke County Sheriff's Office. That one starts at 11 a.m. and there's so many more. We'll post them on our website for
Yes,
you.
we will. City maintenance working hard to get the Riverwalk back in shape for all of our guests coming in. They may need a helping hand from the looks of things. We take a look around after the break.
Call about
30 years experience, and I'm ready to help get you everything you're entitled to.
As we speak, crews are working fast to get downtown all spruced up and looking nice in time for tournament week. And there's a lot going on between planting flowers, getting signs up, and I'm hoping they're dumping some more water in those green fountains or they're going to be Masters themed.
That's green left over from St. Patrick's Day. It's now a Masters green.
Right, which is leaning into the theme.
There's still some graffiti we found around parts of Riverwalk, and other parts could use some brickwork. Obvious damage right there. And this is new video from today showing how bad the problem is. And while they work on a short-term solution, others hope this will fix a long-standing problem.
Our Craig Allison has been following both city and community efforts to get the Riverwalk back to its former glory.
The last time we checked in with the Garden City's Riverwalk, this graffiti was still painted here, and this monument was also still cracked. Now, Parks and Rec says that maintenance of Richmond County's most popular park is an ongoing effort, but others in the community are taking it into their own hands to help clean up.
This is all part of our quality of life in this city.
At the end of 2022, Kevin DeLagle asked commissioners for help getting lights repaired on Green Street and broken monuments repaired. Former Mayor Hardy Davis pointed him towards philanthropy. Coalition for Action in Downtown Augusta, or CADA, was born from there.
Yeah, we wanted to get more street lights back. We wanted to get the medians cleaned up. Easter's coming. We want to get the cemeteries looking great. It just kind of snowballed from there, and I'm really pleased to see the response from the community.
They've grown to 180 members, mainly focusing on projects they can fix for $200 or less. So far, they've helped spruce up Magnolia Cemetery and fix the Emily Tubman Monument. As for the city budget, Parks and Rec is still developing a bigger plan for the Riverwalk, using $1.2 million of city money approved last year by city leaders.
We don't just focus in on Masters Week. We try to make sure that we utilize the resources that we're given to keep these parks and all our parcels and areas that we maintain up to par.
Phase 1 will spend $300,000 to fix and repair electrical and other issues at Saturday Market. Now, while it's unclear when Parks and Rec will unveil the first part of their Riverwalk plan, CADA says they'll be holding multiple cleanings on the first 2 weekends following Masters Week. In downtown Augusta, Craig Allison on your side.
All right, thanks, Craig. North Augusta wants to transform the old country club property that's been empty for years into something new and usable. Parks and Rec wants your ideas. So far, they've had town halls, but they're also working on a survey right now. Some ideas that people have pitched include an aquatic center, pickleball courts, and other recreation options. But only about 1,000 people have responded out of 25,000 who live in the city. Anyone who wants to voice their opinion can do that up until April 21st, or you can pop into a learning session they're holding the week of April 10th. We have the details on where to find that survey on our website.
A lot of possibilities out there on that
Yeah,
property.
glad they're going to revive it.
People in McDuffie County have a really big problem to deal with following all that rain. Check this out. That is not a waterfall down there. Flooding has completely washed out part of Hobbs Mill Road. You can see part of that massive drainage pipe just carried away into the tree line just downstream from this bridge, or what used to be the road. That big hole is going to be a big problem for the near future.
And this is not the first time Hobbs Mill Road has been closed down. Just 6 weeks ago, it was unusable because of erosion. The rain over the weekend made that problem much worse.
Will Rio spoke with the county manager to see what McDuffie County is doing about these ongoing issues.
With around 4 to 5 inches of rain over the weekend right here in McDuffie County, this creek has essentially turned into a river. Now, folks nearby tell me that this is not the first time that they've had issues with this road. If you're not from Deering, you'd think there was a waterfall nearby. What used to be Sweetwater Creek is transformed into rushing rapids as Mother Nature leaves behind pieces of Hobbs Mill Road.
This has been flooded through the years here and there. It's went over and we just know to go around.
There's no other choice but to turn one way. It's leaving some neighbors concerned.
Fire station is right here. They drag their feet getting this. It might help the timing of people getting the fire help.
Like the rain, this road was already on the county's radar.
We knew that the failure would happen, and here it is.
These big tubes were washed away back in February, and dirt was used to fill in the gaps.
When something like this happens, there's not a lot you can do just but watch.
It's like peeling back layers of an onion or watching a cat chase its tail.
You hit one, there'll be another one. You hit one, there'll be another one. And in rural communities, you have the extra challenge of figuring out how to pay for things like this.
There's no timeline for a fix.
Hope they don't drag their feet. Yeah.
Engineers are working on a way to fight against Mother Nature. In McDuffie County, Wrdw on your side.
The accident was not my fault.
When you're injured, you need help fast. Call George Sink Injury Lawyers at all nights.
You need someone that's gonna fight for you. Call now.
Call George Sink Injury Lawyers at all nights.
When your home needs 50.
Wherever I go, I'm always keeping an eye on the power lines. In my home of Puerto Rico, Hurricane Maria showed us what can happen with a weak and outdated power grid. So I became an electrical engineer, and now I work for Georgia Power. We're investing in the latest secure technologies, and we're building the future of energy today. Our customers are counting on us for a modern and dependable power grid, and I'll be keeping an eye out to make sure they get it.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. The U.S. is on pace to surpass last year's record number of mass shootings. So what are the solutions to the nation's gun violence epidemic? More news tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
So how cute is this? This is the kids at the Monkey Room with Miss Amy over at First Baptist in North Augusta. Every year they get ready for tournament week. Miss Amy loves golf, so she likes the kids to get in on it too.
Yeah.
But they dress in their master's best. They bring out the putt-putt course. She teaches them all about the game, but they have a lot of fun.
And look at this perfect hand painting, saying a tradition unlike any other. Somebody was raised right
Yes.
here. So much creativity. The kids even got to use golf balls as painting tools. So that's a really creative way to
Such
celebrate the season.
Cute week. Yeah, and they have smart boards, and so they'll play games with golf on there. It's just a really fun way to get excited about your hometown.
Well done, kids. And Riley, we're excited about this dry weather.
Absolutely. Finally drying out over the next couple of days. And here's a live look from our Grovetown cam. You can actually see a little bit of a break in the cloud cover out there. So this will be the clearing skies that continue to move our way as we head into much later tonight. Any evening plans, we do look dry. Temps are most likely going to stay in the 60s the rest of this evening. But we are going to drop down to the 40s by daybreak Wednesday. But fantastic weather in store tomorrow and Thursday. Going to be a little bit cooler than average tomorrow, but we're right back to seasonal highs by Thursday afternoon. Should see plenty of sunshine the next couple of days as well, so that we do have that to look forward to. Unfortunately, for the weekend, we have more rain heading our way. A cold front is going to bring us a chance for some showers and potentially even some thunderstorms Saturday, so we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. Back to dry weather, though, by Sunday.
We have another live update coming at 7 o'clock over on NBC.